those branches that are starting to just fill up in your yard and do it safer, easier, and faster than ever before. That's what SunJoe is all about. This is an electric pole saw. There's no gasoline, there's no pull starter. You plug it into an outdoor outlet, and all you do is pull the trigger. I'll tell you the story about this magnificent piece of equipment, and I want to introduce you to this guy. Welcome back. This is Sean Pickford. I had an opportunity, and by the way, the company name is SunJoe. I know Joe. Joe and I were just talking a few moments ago. I was out in Las Vegas last year for the National Hardware Show, and the owner of the company, Joe, had shown this to me, and I went, that's brilliant. That's absolutely a brilliant idea. The whole unit weighs less than a gallon of milk, and yet you've got up to a 9-foot reach or more instead of getting up on a ladder with the saw, which is something just stupid enough that you and I both would have done it.
Well, in the past, that's what you had to do. Now you don't do that anymore. Now you keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Better design.
We brought this out for one day in September. It was a today's special value that sold out by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The only color we had back then was green, and the green is available in the marketplace. By the way, it's not available at $99
or
$92. It's an expensive piece. It's $169.
Yeah.
So we've got it at a better price. This year, it's actually even lower than what we offered in September. Now, Joe went back and manufactured colors for us. The telescoping pole chain normally is $149. It comes with what normal warranty?
2 years.
And then you add another year for us?
Yeah, so 3 total.
And we know you need the safety glasses, so we make sure you've got them. They're included. It's $189.89 suggested retail value. Our price is almost $100 off, and we'll give you 5 months in which to pay for it. We now have colors. You've got the green. I happen to be the blue. We've got a platinum as well. The blue is getting limited quickly. We'll show you a purple, but the purple already sold out. We've had, what, close to how many since midnight? Close to 16,000 of these units that have been purchased since midnight. And we've got advanced order on the purple. It'll ship out on March 16th. Let's do a little bit of cutting. There's a safety edge on this. It is the easiest way to cut because you're away from that Oregon brand blade. All you do is rest it up against the surface. And you're gonna notice, we're not cutting twigs. Those are branches. And look how fast it cuts through that. We can cut through a branch that's 7.5 inches in diameter.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this because of the way it's designed. You have that 8-inch Oregon bar and chain. You can go ahead and look it up. All right, it's on all the big chainsaws. There's a reason for that. It's good, it works. 6.5 amp motor, okay? You need power to be able to cut through a log that's 7.5 inches.
Right.
You can do that with one pass. This feature here, you're not going to find this anywhere else.
I like
this
that.
allows you to get into the precise limb or branch or twig or whatever you need to cut without messing with the things above or below it. Lock it into place anywhere from 0 to 30 degrees in between. And notice, no tools to do that. This part here, loosen the latch. Now you can take your pole saw from 6.5 feet in length to 9 feet 3 inches. Lock it into place. What does that do? That now gives me enough pole saw to be able to cut a limb that's 15 feet in the air, and I'm standing on the ground. I'm not on some rickety ladder.
Yep.
All right, that's the way to do it. Some other great safety features built into this that I like. You got the padded handle, but down here, you have to press 2 buttons. This guy here and this guy here in order to operate it. So if I press this all day long, it's not gonna work. Until I press this one and this one, it's not going to work. Cord keeper to keep everything nice and neat, but notice, this is where it plugs in. It's 6.5 feet away from where the chainsaw blade is. They're not all created that way. That's why this is nice and safe.
You and I are outdoor guys. I've got gas chainsaws. They scare the daylights out of me. And I've had too many times where there were close calls. I picked this one up when we offered it in September. My property, I don't necessarily have an electrical outlet that's close by. So I'll put my generator in the bed of my pickup, and now I can clean debris out in the middle of my woods. And it cuts like you wouldn't believe. The blade on it is an Oregon brand blade.
Right.
One of the finest in the industry. Joe wanted to make sure that he had the best of the best. This will make your cleanup time go so much faster. You are now self-reliant, and you're not writing the check for the tree guys to have to come in, and you can do this yourself.
And this is one where, you know, every homeowner can use one of these things. You use it once and think about what it would cost that guy to come out. Pretty much more pays for itself. All right?
Oh, yeah.
And you do it on your own terms. You can do it when there's snow on the ground. You can do it on a Saturday or Sunday. There's no stranger in your backyard. There's no gas or oil to mix up or anything like that. There's no fumes. You plug it in. You go about cutting your branches, your bushes, whatever you may have.
The chainsaw was always my responsibility. My wife feels comfortable with this, and it does the job. Now listen, if you're a lumberjack, you'll find applications for it, but this is for cleanup. This is your pruning chainsaw, and it is so easy to do. The folks at SunJoe have really thought of everything. Now, by the way, SunJoe, there's two divisions. They've got SnowJoe. They make our most popular electric snow throwers. And then SunJoe is all of their great lawn and garden equipment.
That's it.
It's March 1st. The timing couldn't be better. You order it, we'll get it to you quickly. Here's the purple that's on advanced orders. That'll ship out on March 27th. Here's the green, and that is available in the industry, but nowhere near this price. We've got then the blue that is now limited. There's 1,600 of these that will ship out, 1,900 that we can ship out, and then we go to advanced orders on that, and then we also have the platinum. It's all about the blade. It's all about the safety. It's all about the reach.
And that's what it's about. I mean, you want to be safe and secure when you're doing this. So with this guy here, you start out at 6.5 feet, all right? You pull this out, it goes to 9 feet 3 inches.
Hold that over your head.
All right.
Because we're gonna go almost 2 stories up, but completely flat-footed on the ground with no ladder.
And that's where you want to be. That rickety ladder over there, that's rickety and it's on a flat surface.
Right.
Think about what it's like in your yard or where you may want to use that. All right, this is so much easier.
Big padded handle.
Nice padded handle.
This is all reinforced fiberglass, very similar to what pole vaulters use.
Right. And I mean, it's simple and easy to do. You get your limbs, your bushes, you get them off of the shutters, out of the gutters. All right, they're not tearing off your shingles and stuff like that. You do it on your own terms. You keep your feet on the ground. You plug it in. Again, no gas, no oil to mix.
For me, we have a motor coach, and I have a tree-lined driveway. The motor coach is exactly 12 feet tall. Every single year, I was out there on a big ladder with a chainsaw, risking my life. Now, I do it flat-footed. Now again, if you don't have an electrical outlet nearby, if you have a generator,
you can plug it in.
You can plug it into the generator, which is what I do. I put the generator in the bed of the pickup truck. There's nowhere on that property that I can't go and do pruning. And I am done much, much faster than I was ever finished before. Because even a long bar on a regular chainsaw, like a 27-inch, you're still very close to that blade. Here, you're always a minimum of 6.5 feet away.
And that's where you should be. You should be away from the cutting surface. That way the limbs or whatever, if you're cutting up high, also fall away from you, so safety feature built in there.
Yep.
When you have it out extended, you can do that. And again, this guy weighs 7.9 pounds. You're carrying a gallon of milk into your house a couple times a week. That's 8 pounds.
Right.
So if you can do that, you can use this.
The value story is wonderful. And Joe built this machine for us. We put it on the air back in September for one day, and it sold out before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It normally sells for $149.95. We're giving you an extra year on the warranty. It comes with a 2-year warranty. So you're looking at 3 years. That's how confident they are in the quality. We know you need protective eyewear, and you and I smack each other. We know it. We're smart enough to realize it, and there's been more times when Sean and I forget or don't use them. So we said, you know what? If we're that dumb, let's make sure everybody else out there is smarter than us.
You only have one set of eyes. You need to protect them. I use them for other projects around the house because they do wrap around the sides, so they're not some chintzy, cheap pair of glasses. They really do work.
Yep.
This is to show you cutting a limb that's 15 feet in the air. If I needed to get up there, even on that rickety ladder, you're going to struggle to reach that. But all I do is I unlock the little clamp there. I go ahead and raise it up. I go from 6.5 feet to 9 feet 3 inches on the pole saw itself. I can cut this limb. I can cut this limb.
Yep.
I can cut this limb. I can cut this limb. And I can do it anywhere I want. And notice, I'm not struggling, and I'm on the ground, nice and safe and secure.
It's all about being self-sufficient, not having to write somebody else the check. Jill Bauer, one of our hosts, very independent woman. She had an opportunity to try this out. And I've been bragging about this piece of equipment now since May of last year. I saw it at the National Hardware Show. I've known Joe, the man who owns the company, for years, and he said, I got to show you this. And it was sitting down in meetings with him on that day that determined that it was going to be a Today's Special Value back in September. Sold out quickly. We have a larger quantity this year. We're going to be able to make you happier. And the price, by the way, actually is lower. Here's Jill, and this is in her mother's backyard, doing a little bit of pruning and getting things cleaned up.
Hi everybody, I'm actually here today at my mom's house. This is her backyard, and she told me about these trees that have all these dead branches that are really low to the ground, and she was hoping that I could help clean them up. So when I found out our today's special value from SunJoe was this great electric pole saw that gave me great height and was easy to maneuver, I knew I had to bring it out here and put it to the test. Well, there you can see the SunJoe's pretty powerful and made it really easy for me to get up to some of those higher branches and cut them clean.
It does the job. So many of us have a saw like this, a hand saw that's in the garage. This still requires, you've got to get up on a ladder. And the whole idea this spring is we want you to be safer. It's about getting any of your dead, your diseased limbs away from your trees. And our winter was really rough. And I know in a lot of areas of the country it was even tougher.
Even that saw there, the first thing you're going to do is when you go to use it, you're going to lean over.
Yep.
You're going to put your hand here next to that blade. No, this is so much easier because I'm going to cut 4 logs or limbs that could be laying down.
And these are logs. We want you to see how powerful this piece of equipment is in terms of what it will cut. These are not twigs. That's a substantial branch right there. And wait till we get to the big kahuna.
Now here's the big one.
Look at the size of this log.
And you can see all I'm doing is moving it back and forth. I'm letting the SunJoe do the work for me. All right, no stress or strain. And look how crisp and clean that cut is.
I want you to see this. This is the difference between your tree doing great and thriving this coming summer and not being able to do what you want. That is a big branch. Now, by the way, there is one thing that you will need to pick up. It's called bar oil. It's chain lube. And it's available at any hardware store, at any box store. You can buy it in smaller quantities or bigger because it is a self-lubricating Origin brand chainsaw in the actual chain. The design is from the folks at SunJoe.
And you can see that fast, just limb after limb after limb, whether they're small, thick, doesn't matter whether they're horizontal, vertical, you can cut anywhere you want.
Yep.
You have a nice clean cut every single time. Let gravity do the work. Rest it on the branch. Go ahead and push the buttons in and you cut. You go from branch to branch to branch. There's no stress, there's no strain.
And there's no work on your back. You're not actually sawing.
No,
it's a smarter way to go. There's a reason why this thing has been so hugely popular since midnight. It's a little after 9 a.m. East Coast time. Over 17,000 of you have been on the phone lines already. Now, by the way, in September, close to 30,000 people picked it up before 1 p.m. and it sold out. The purple, already at midnight, what we had available to ship right away, sold out. Joe's here in our studios. We go, Joe, can you make us more purple? And he went, yeah, okay. We'll ship them on what, March 27th? They'll be there. You'll still have it for spring cleanup. The green is available in the marketplace, but it's not available at $92.95. It's a $189 manufacturer suggested retail price with everything that we offer. We have 1,700 remaining in the blue. We then have the platinum. All the colors except for green were made for QVC and QVC alone. We give you not only the telescoping pole chainsaw, but we give you an extra year on the extended warranty, and it comes with a 2-year warranty to begin with.
Yeah, where are you going to find that? You're not.
Well, it gives you an idea of how much faith SunJoe has in what they make.
And that's
Who gives you a 3-year warranty on a chainsaw?
That's the thing I love. It has all the power it needs, has all the safety features, and they stand behind it with the warranty.
Our fans have raved about it. Here's a before and after. I recognize that area.
That is my backyard. That underbrush over there on the before, I didn't want to get in there. Poison ivy. I get poison ivy. I didn't want to reach in there. Until I got my SunJoe pole saw, I wasn't able to clean that up. We cleaned it up. We actually planted flowers there. It looks spectacular this past summer.
In one afternoon, it was done. Anything that is dead, diseased, or decayed, you want to get rid of it. It's the 3 Ds in pruning. And with this winter having been so rough, there's going to be a lot of work to do. Our customers, those who bought it in November, have raved about it. People say, we now have sunlight, usable planting beds, and no more dangerous branches next to electrical wires. Ta-da, that's great. You sometimes don't realize how much trimming you need to do. This worked wonderfully. And these are our viewers. People said we were amazed at how fast and easy it was to cut the neighbor's limbs out, as well as our own trees, broken branches that we discovered. And then another one said, he told me that it was the best thing I had ever bought him. It is truly the workhorse. To find something that is so lightweight, and again, I want to show you this because this is really impressive. I'm going to telescope this and I'm going to change the angle because this feature right here of being able to swivel this is something that is exclusive to SunJoe, but it puts you in more control than even before. Watch. We're going to go all the way up. So now I have a full 15 feet
That's it.
of usable reach, and I'm flat-footed on the ground. But it's still manageable, Sean.
And that's
You've
it.
got control.
You have control. I have mine at the 30 degrees here. We can go ahead and we can cut this limb. All right, I can cut this limb. If I didn't want to touch this limb up here and wanted to get in here to cut this one,
right,
you can because you can pivot it. You're not going to find that feature anywhere else and anybody else that calls their saw a pole saw.
Let's go off and say hello to Alice. Alice, where are you calling from? Where's home for you? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Hello, Hialeah, Florida.
Hialeah, Florida. Okay, people think Florida, it's always sunshine, it's perfectly wonderful. You've had a rough winter yourself, haven't you?
No, we've actually had a terrific winter, but
Good.
we did have like 2 days last week where it was tremendously cold.
Okay. Do you have a lot of cleanup that you have to be doing in your own backyard?
Well, I have 2, 3 huge trees, and
Okay.
then my neighbor has a tree that hangs. I'm 86. I do my own yard work.
Good for you.
Beautiful.
So my question to the representative that I just talked to was, how much does that weigh? Because my problem is reaching up, you
Okay.
know.
Well, this weighs 7.9 pounds, so it's less than a gallon of milk. It's nicely balanced, so when you get it home and try it out, you can see how it's weighted and everything, so when
Yep.
you are reaching above you, you can steady it with one hand and use it with the other. The other great
Yeah.
thing is QVC gives you that 30-month, you know, love it
Well,
or
I'm not
return
going
it.
to give it. I'm
Yeah,
not going
30
to send it
30
back
days.
because I figured if I couldn't lift it, I would give it to my neighbor and say, hey, I'll give it to you if you'll come over and trim mine.
Wow, you're a nice neighbor.
And you may be able to, if he's got branches coming over on your side of the property, I
Yeah.
think we could take care of that too.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I think, you know, it's because, you know, I might not be able to lift it, but
Okay. Give it a try, Alice. I'll tell you
yeah,
this.
I will. But believe me, because I can still push a lawnmower.
Well,
Wonderful.
There you go.
It's much lighter in weight than a regular gas-powered chainsaw, and much, much safer in my
Yes.
estimation as well.
Yeah, and I got
Okay.
the 50-foot electric cord
Good
because
for you.
I
Perfect.
have one, but my tool shed leaks,
Okay.
and I'm afraid it may have warped or rotted or maybe, I don't know. So I figured I better get a new one.
I think that's a good plan. This is on its way. We're going to get it to you in Florida quickly. Talk to your neighbor. Try it yourself. Your cleanup, I think, will be easier this year than ever before, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank
nice
you, Alice.
talking.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God
This is-
bless.
God bless you. The whole idea is get your yard clean, get the debris out of the way. Even if you love gardening, this type of cleanup work is something that you don't really consider a hobby. But boy, does it make your home look
And
better.
every home can use one of these, whether you're young or old.
Yep.
You plug it in, you go about trimming your trees, your branches, your underbrush.
We are limited in the blue. There's only 1,300 now that we can ship immediately. The purple already sold out. We're in advanced orders. We've got the green and also the platinum. Again, we offer it at $92.95. That's a $189 value. We're about $100 off of retail, and it's time to do it. Already, we're looking at what, close to 18,000, almost 19,000 that have been ordered since midnight last night. They sold out so quickly in the one other day that they were ever on the air. That was back in September. I can tell you from personal recommendation, it is a superior piece of equipment. By the way, we all think that all extension cords are made exactly the same, and quite frankly, they are not. This is a heavy gauge, 50-foot outdoor extension cord made by SunJoe. It's $39.27. Highly recommend that you use it. If you need more information on the today's special value, check out QVC.com.